Coming up on Nuestra Voz today, tracing the roots of a Southern California eatery specializing in Afro-Mexican cuisine.
The restaurant Tamales Elena is about family and togetherness as well. Recipes being passed down from generation to generation, and sisters working together day after day to care for their family and keep tradition alive.
How this restaurant is shining a light on African heritage in Mexico few know about.
Plus, breaking barriers. The first Afro-Latina news anchor of a major network in the U.S. opens up about confronting fear and hate and following your dreams.
Hay que hablar del tema del racismo. Hay que abordarlo, hay que llamar el racismo por su nombre.
We sit down with Ilia Calderón to talk about her inspiring first book, My Time to Speak.
Also, making a lasting impact. As we gear up for spring training, see how Padres superstar Fernando Tatis Jr. is electrifying the next generation of baseball fans.
And we'll revisit the Karol G and Aventura concert that brought the house down at Dodger Stadium. Hi everyone, hola. I'm Paola Hernandez-Jayo.
And I'm Luis Cruz. Thank you for joining us for Nuestra Voz today, presented by the San Diego Union-Tribune and the Los Angeles Times.
We have a special show for you in honor of Black History Month. We're taking a look at the contributions of Afro-Latinos in journalism, food, sports, and entertainment.
LA Times food columnist Lucas Kwan Peterson starts us off by exploring Afro-Mexican cuisine at Tamales Elena y Antojitos in Bell Gardens.
Maria Elena Lorenzo has been making tamales and other dishes from her native Costa Chica in Mexico in the Watts neighborhood for 30 years now, selling on the street with a cart at the beginning before working up to buy a food truck. Earlier this year, the family collected enough money to open a storefront in Bell Gardens, which Lorenzo runs with the help of her daughters. When I visited, Maria Elena and her daughters were working on a deep, rich mole costeño, or red mole, and a lighter, more acidic mole verde, or green mole.
The green mole, this is not my mom's recipe. This will be my grandmother's recipe. So this is how our grandmother taught her how to make it, and then she taught us how to make it.
Can you tell us a little bit about the part of Mexico where your family's from?
Yeah. So we are from the state of Guerrero. We was born in Acapulco, but my mom, she is from Costa Chica.
Okay.
That's where the ships used to travel with slaves from Africa, that they used to come to the United States. And so some of them say that some of them slaves will like jump into the ocean,
okay,
to try to get away from slavery. And so that's how this race came to be. Whenever somebody over here will ask me like, where you from? They want to hear anywhere else but Mexico. Like they want to hear that I'm from Hawaii or Cuba or some other island. No, I'm Mexican. Because Mexico also has a big, community of Black people over there.
Maria, I'm also curious, have you ever felt discriminated against or that you're treated differently because of your background?
Yeah, definitely. I was in middle school when I started noticing the difference. It's where they started bringing it up. That's when I started realizing that I was different. They're like, why do you look like that? You're not Mexican. I'm like, yeah, I'm Mexican. And that's when, my parents started explaining to us where we're from, that we are Mexican.
So Judah.
Yes.
Let's say someone has never had mole before in their whole life. How would you describe it?
It's divine. It's like, the red mole, like you said, you taste the sweetness first and then the spicy comes last. And either you're using chicken, pork with it. Okay. The meat is also very essential. It's like you use pork, it gives it a whole nother different flavor too.
How did you learn how to make the mole?
I first started learning with my grandmother. When she passed away, my mom came in, and taught us all these other different techniques.
What's the first step?
For the moles, we get the chiles together and we're gonna toast those. We're gonna leave them there for a minute so they can release their oils.
Are they all spicy, or some more spicy than others?
Guajillo and costeño, they have a medium spice, and then the árbol is the most spicy one.
It's the spiciest?
Yes. You want to get it toast, but not burned. I'm gonna soak these babies.
So we've got the peppers are soaking, we have the chocolate, the cinnamon, the cookies, and then are those?
Plantain.
Plantains?
Ripe plantain. The spices.
And then the spices, okay.
Cumin, black pepper, and clove. We just need garlic and onion, and the setup is ready. Right now I'm gonna put a whole chicken to cook, so I can use the chicken stock to blend it in.
Me interesa conocer la historia de su empresa. Quiero oír todo. Al principio.
Desde el principio, oh my God.
¿Cómo aprendió usted a cocinar?
Mi abuelita y mi mamá.
Sí. ¿Y cómo empezó su restaurante, su empresa?
Yo empecé en un carrito de marqueta.
Oh, wow.
Con los tamales. Y ya de ahí, como a los, qué sé yo, a los 10 años, ya saqué mi lonchera.
¿Y eso se come solo o con tortillas o con carne?
Con tortilla. Nosotros en Guerrero lo acostumbramos con arroz blanco y tortillas recién hechas.
¿Sí?
Perfecto. Picosito.
Claro.
Para el mole verde. Ya está todo asado, la cebolla, el ajo, las semillas y el tomatillo y el chile se va crudo.
So what's it like having a restaurant with your family, with your sisters?
So this is just like being home.
Yeah.
You know?
Ulises and Heidi is the ones in charge of taking front of the house.
In the front.
And Judith is the one taking prep for the guisados and everything else. And I'm the one in charge for the back area, the tamales.
Tamales.
Doing tamales is very time consuming. We're gonna go ahead and do the tamales de pollo en salsa verde, which is basically jalapenos, which are already pre-boiled over there. And I already have the chicken already shredded. We boiled it.
And you were saying how much masa can you go through in a day?
In a day, 150 pounds.
You said 4 hours, 150 pounds?
Yes, 150 pounds in 4 hours.
Okay, so you have to cook or roast the seeds?
Fry the seeds.
You fry the seeds.
And then from there, I never measure.
I feel like that's the sign of a real cook. You don't have to measure.
Yeah, and we just wait that to get nice and crispy.
And that's just blended jalapenos.
Blended jalapenos. And this is the sesame seeds, the garlic, the pumpkin seeds.
Do you remember the first time you ever ate a tamale?
No.
No.
I used to eat them every single day because my mom always used to drop us off to school. She had to walk through the streets, and we used to go with her selling the tamales. Meanwhile, we arrived to school. So that was our breakfast.
Sell tamales on the way to school?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was our breakfast.
I mean, that's pretty smart.
So this is the masa. We already get it pre-made for us, you know, with our own recipe. The form of the tamale, you can know who made it.
Really?
Yes. I'm like,
So
this
it's
is
like
not,
it's like a fingerprint.
Yes.
Everyone does it differently.
Yes. Everybody does tamales have their favorite spoon. Their favorite spoon. This is mine.
And that's your spoon.
This is my spoon.
Tell me, why do you like that spoon?
This spoon, I like it because it's just the right portion, and the weight. I know how much, just because of the weight of the spoon, and when I add everything else, I know
Each
the
of-
right portion.
What's
Each
that?
of them have a spoon. My other sister, Nayeli, just left. She used to carry hers in her purse. And she used to finish and wash them and wrap them in paper and put them in her purse.
She carry around her tamale spoon?
Yes,
Wow.
because each of them, they say they can't make tamales with no other spoon, so whatever.
So I go ahead and grab them. I use my hand as leverage. There you go.
Well, now I see how you get through 150 pounds in 4 hours. You do it so fast.
Right. Two. Spread. Here we go. And we fold.
Okay.
And that is it.
And so then from here, they get steamed?
They get steamed.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't very good at making tamales, but that wasn't really the point. I was just appreciative. Appreciative of how welcoming Maria Elena and her family were, and how willing they were to share their food and traditions with me.
Lucas showing off his Spanish skills.
Definitely showing them off. Very, very impressive. To learn more about Tamales Elena and Bell Gardens and watch more videos, log on to latimes.com/food.
Coming up, Emmy Award-winning Univision anchor Ilia Calderón opens up about following your dreams and embracing your identity when Nuestra Voz Today returns. Welcome back to Nuestra Voz Today. We have a special interview with award-winning journalist Ilia Calderón. She talks about her story as an immigrant, the importance of fighting racism, and how she's staying connected to her Colombian roots.
Union-Tribune and Español reporter Tania Navarro spoke with Ilia about her memoir, My Time to Speak, Reclaiming Ancestry and Confronting Race.
Platícanos, por favor, quiero escuchar de tus propias palabras, ¿cuál fue la inspiración para llevar a este libro?
Tania, muchísimas gracias por esta invitación tan especial. Feliz de estar en la Feria del Libro de San Diego, encantada. Nunca es tarde para hablar de este tema. Tú lo dices, este tema lastimosamente es un tema que está presente y creo que el libro es oportuno no solamente ahora, sino que lo fue durante el lanzamiento y las protestas del verano. Lo era 10 años antes, lo era 30, 50, 70 años antes. Lastimosamente es un libro oportuno porque hay que hablar del tema del racismo. Hay que abordarlo, hay que llamar el racismo por su nombre y tenemos que entender y educarnos todos con respecto a lo que provocan estos actos de discriminación, de racismo y de odio. Si no entendemos la raíz, si no nos educamos, si vemos de dónde viene todo esto, no vamos a poder erradicar este mal, que es uno de los peores males que afecta a cualquier sociedad, llamado racismo. La inspiración, bueno, la inspiración la encontré en todos esos mensajes que durante toda mi carrera he recibido de personas que saben un poquito de mí, que conocen un poquito de mi vida por una entrevista y que se sienten motivadas, que se han sentido inspiradas por la historia de una inmigrante colombiana que pudo lograr su sueño aquí en los Estados Unidos. Así que este libro es mi historia, pero lleva la historia de muchísimas personas que han llegado a este país, que no la han tenido fácil en sus países y tampoco en los Estados Unidos. Y revuelve y reúne en todas estas letras las experiencias de todos nosotros, porque yo soy eso, una inmigrante más.
Ilia, también quiero preguntarte, ¿cómo sigues conectada con tus raíces?
Siempre. Siempre, con todo, con la música, con la comida. Voy a Colombia por lo menos 2 veces al año. Bueno, la pandemia me lo impidió, pero visito constantemente Colombia. Tengo mis amistades con las que me mantengo en constante comunicación. Y bueno, yo pienso que es que si lo llevas, lo vives y lo eres. Nunca te vas a olvidar. Me duelen las cosas que le duelen a mi familia. He creado unas becas para poder apoyar a jóvenes líderes de Colombia y de América Latina. Siempre hay que pensar en tu gente, siempre hay que pensar en de dónde viniste. Si no lo sabes, entonces ¿para dónde vas? Si no lo tienes claro, entonces es muy difícil que encuentres un objetivo en la vida.
To watch the full interview with Ilia Calderón, go to sdfestivalofbooks.com.
And mark your calendars and make plans to join us at the LA Times Festival of Books on the USC campus on April 23rd and 24th. There's a whole weekend of indoor and outdoor events planned with hundreds of exhibitor booths, author signings, performances, and free activities. For more information, log on to latimes.com/Festival of Books.
We also want to invite you to join us at the San Diego Union-Tribune Festival of Books on August 20th. Check sdfestivalofbooks.com for updates.
Coming up, Fernando Tatis Jr. can hit, he can field, and he can run. He's the total package. See how he's bringing big smiles to Padres fans of all ages. Nuestra Voz today will be right back. The San Diego Union-Tribune is San Diego's largest and most experienced news organization, winner of 4 Pulitzer Prizes and 33 regional Emmys. We deliver the news with depth, authority, and over 150 years of local knowledge. Our journalists speak truth to power. The Union-Tribune serves everyone who cares about our community. Support our work. Subscribe today on our website, SanDiegoUnionTribune.com.
Welcome back to Nuestra Voz today. He just turned 23 in January, but Fernando Tatis Jr. is already making a big impact on the San Diego Padres, Major League Baseball, and the next generation of fans.
The Union-Tribune's Annie Heilbrunn spoke with a young fan who gave Tatis Jr. a picture she drew of him. See why that moment is one she'll never forget.
Fernando Tatis Jr. for me is just it's just a hope to the Padres, especially since we've never won a World Series. It's just oh my God, this is actually this could be it, and it's also new light, kind of like a spark, this could be a guy that could be in the Hall of Fame. This could be a guy that turned out to be one of the greatest players ever. It's crazy how I could watch him. I'm growing up with him, and I'll grow up with him in a Padres uniform, not in another uniform. He is my favorite player. I just find him very exciting. He brings a good vibe to the game, very positive, and then he's always smiling out there. So it's even if we're losing, then it's still he's smiling and he's cheering or he's clapping or something. It's just really a good vibe. I'm really into baseball just in general. I play softball, but I also really am into the MLB. I follow a lot of the players, their careers and stuff. Knowing that I can be able to see him on TV, be able to go to the Padre games and see him in person for growing up like that, because I know that my parents grew up with Tony Gwynn, and it's just exciting because I'm gonna be able to tell my kids or my grandkids I saw him on TV or I saw him in person, or I that was the person I grew up with.
What was it like when you gave your drawing to him?
I couldn't even talk. I was speechless, because when I was able to give it to him, I was literally shaking, and he was oh my God, this is so cool, thank you. And so I was I thought it was so cool, because it was my idol is liking the thing that I just gave him. So it was really cool, and I was in shock. I was shaking. I'm I couldn't even no words were coming out of my mouth.
Where does that rank in cool moments in your life?
I think that would be number one. Like, that's never happened to me before, where I've like not been able to talk or something. When he talked to me, it just made me feel like special. Like, even though like I'm one of like billion people in this world, like in that moment I felt just like I was like the only person in the world. Like I was like the only person that existed. Honestly, for me, it just says like that he's like really humble, like, and like really like cool, because a lot of the players, when they're like already like really big names, or like they're already really popular or something, they won't sign, or they'll kind of be like, oh no, I can't right now. But he like took the time. He's just the best player ever.
Looking forward to what Tatis will do this season. To stay on top of all the Padres action, you're going to want to sign up for our daily Padres newsletter at San Diego Union-Tribune.com/newsletters. That does it for this edition of Nuestra Voz today.
Gracias por su sintonía. Thank you for watching.
We leave you with the sights and sounds of Karol G, Romeo Santos, and Aventura performing at Dodger Stadium last fall.
This video, courtesy of LA Times in Español, has more than 3.2 million views. Check it out.
Lo que tú sientes, se llama obsesión. Karol G. En tu pensamiento, que